trying to talk loud so you don't hear the copyrighted music. But we've been walking around the mall. We did get here later than usual, but it is pretty dead, so I'm happy with that. I was even able to go into Old Navy. Let me fix this. And look at the clearance. So Jack's got a whole bunch of shirts.
I also found this Pikachu hat to go with my Pikachu outfit.
All his stuff was like $2 to $3, so that was great.
No,
and we got a shirt for Sebastian.
Now all I need is the Pikachu pants and shoes and mask. Now be full Pikachu.
And Sebastian, his big brother, bought him a plane, which is so nice of him, a Hot Wheels plane.
I had plenty of money to spare.
So we are going to walk back to the car. We have to stop by the library and get home for school stuff. Hello guys, we just went to the library and then we came over to the school to pick up lunch, right? Everybody knows Sebastian because of his beloved bus driver friend. Always was boasting. So they're all coming out to say hi and probably give us way too much food. They asked if I wanted milk and I said a plain milk, and I'm pretty sure she brought out a bag of milk. So I hope Jax is ready for some milk.
Yeah.
Since you're the only cow milk drinker. All right, we're gonna head home and have some lunch.
Happy Library Selfie Day.
You did it perfect. Hello everyone, we are getting ready for quiet time. He's gonna go get his iPad in case he wants to do that for his quiet activity. We do have Ziggy, but my husband's gonna walk with him soon. This is probably gonna be our warmest day of the week. It's gonna get even windier. Kind of silly that I didn't go out there, but it is still cold. Wind chill's probably in the upper 30s, and I'm just not feeling all the cold. I'm just not feeling it. I got a good amount of exercise this time at the mall because we actually brought the stroller in. My main thing with that was I didn't want to go in elevators, so when we'd get to a point where we wanted to go up or downstairs, I would kick him out, fold it up, and carry it up the stairs, the escalator. Like when we went up, the escalator was not running. So I was walking upstairs with it, and it got my heart rate up, and then I popped it back in and walked super fast and got all my exercise time plus. So that was great. I'd do that again. It was nice and empty, which was good because we got there only a half an hour before everything opened. It was just groups of walkers, and then I only saw a few people who looked like they were waiting to get in stores right around when it was opening. I let Jax pop into GameStop because we happened to be walking past right when 11 a.m. hit. And then I wanted to check the Old Navy clearance section since nobody was in the store that I could see besides employees. So we headed back to that, and I left Jax in charge of looking in his size sale section, and he found the mother load of video game t-shirts. I'm sure my husband's gonna be annoyed, but they were like $2 to $5 each. Sonic and Mario and an Xbox One, so he is thrilled. Maybe he'll be motivated to put clothes on and not stay in pajamas all day. I didn't find anything for Sebastian in the clearance, unfortunately. There was just like 5 things in the 4T section, so I bought him a long sleeve shirt that was on sale for $6. His stuff was more expensive than any of Jax's stuff, but Jax got a hat as well. Then we headed home. We stopped by the library because I had books that were due and books that were waiting for us in the holds. Then stopped by the high school to pick up a hot lunch. We didn't know what it was going to be, but we were right there. So we stopped by, and it's the school where Mr. Skip always picked up his food when he was doing that. So everybody's coming out to say hi, and I'm like, oh, I miss Mr. Skip and Miss Dina. They agreed that he's perfect for the food delivery. He's just such a great guy. They're both so kind, and I've yet to have anybody else who like comes out of the bus and chats and stuff that they just say how many and hand it to you with a smile. But it's just not the same. But it was nice talking to everybody, and I'm hoping that I can convince Sebastian to draw them a picture. He's a little intimidated because he's like, I don't know how to draw a school. I like drawing school buses. But I was suggesting other things, like maybe you could make a lunch robot. I'm sure they'd like that. But it was beef nachos day, according to the sign. So I was like, I don't know if we need more than one, because I don't think my older kid's gonna want beef nachos. And they're like, well, we can make one without the beef. So I'm like, okay. But then of course it's so much. They come out with a box, and I say yes to plain milk, and I get a bag of plain milk, which is great. I've been using it for our baking, and Jax drinks it, but he's the only one who can drink cow milk in our family right now. I'm hoping Sebastian can eventually, because he can eat some cheese, but the milk is just instant tummy ache for him. So we have a little bit of extra milk. I don't know if I'll make it through every single one, but we'll see. The food, it was 3 servings. They were thrilled that there was the dinner of breadsticks with mozzarella, so we got 3 servings of that in the freezer. They're very excited for it. Lunch, Sebastian inhaled the bowl of corn. There was corn for the veggie. They both said that the cheese was too spicy. I tried it, it tasted like just Taco Bell nacho cheese, maybe even 7-Eleven cheese. I don't know, it didn't taste any, like it tasted seasoning but no spice, but kids are more sensitive. Sebastian ate a little bit of the meat and a little bit of the sour cream. He had a little bit of everything, but he ate all the corn. And yeah, so it was okay. It wasn't his favorite, but he ate it. And I would go again if it was on the same day as breadstick day and probably cook Jax the frozen breadsticks right then. But he really wanted to have some toast, so he had toast. He likes bread. And then I did some backups and checked emails, and our Amazon delivery was coming in that had some switches for like our internet and devices for my husband, and cake baking stuff for me, and a present from my friend Wendy for Jax. Thank you, thank you. I will be opening it and checking it tonight when he's asleep and wrapping it up. I'm gonna save it because I don't think he's gonna get very much to open. His Nana will send him money, and we're gonna get him something. But I mean, and then I got Sebastian a gift to give to him, but that's just it's not a lot. I'd like him to have a few presents to open, so I really appreciate that, and I'm gonna save it for his birthday. But yeah, that brings us to now. I'm gonna go take off this hat and put up my hair. I did not braid last night, and I really wanted to, but my like carpal tunnel hand was bothering me, and it was this morning, but I realized it's not really hurting right now, so fingers crossed that I don't tweak it and make it so I can't braid, because I've got 9 more rainbow braids to do, the ones that end in the red, and then I need to redo this stuff because these guys pop out after 2 weeks, and yeah, it's been that long. After that, hopefully I can get some bleach for the roots just one last time, and hopefully, I keep saying hopefully, but hopefully more of the pink will come out. I'm never using that hair dye again because I'm so used to hair dye that's just like instantly out if I use bleach, and this is just not going anywhere. So there's that, because if it doesn't go away, I'm gonna have to do pink hair next, and I don't want to, but I'm not loving how it looks to have all this pink. Some of this is the pink that I put in, the gradient, like this one here. Come to me, where are you going? And then like all this is just the pink in my real hair. It's annoying. Anyway, gonna go deal with this and do quiet time. Hello everyone, we are getting ready for bed. We left off, I think, right before quiet time, so I will just pick up from there. We had a good quiet time. I called an end to it around 5. He really needs that winding down time since he doesn't nap, and he could use a nap. He could probably be fine with like an hour nap and then good to go, but since he doesn't nap, we have to do like about an hour and a half to 2 hours for him to be good in the evening, and he was good. We came down, my husband was still working, so I started unpacking some of our new perler beads in order to get a good price. I used a 50% off coupon on a multi-pack that came with a bunch of trays, so I was scooping those into our dividers. I eventually ran out of time because we ordered from the burger place down the street and it's super fast. So I stopped that and we had our dinner. I forgot to take my Beano beef or my black bean burgers. I took it right at the end when I remembered, so I have a feeling I'm in for a stomachache later. So far it's just that much, so maybe taking it at the end of the meal will still work. Hasn't happened in the past, but who knows with my digestive system. After dinner, I headed straight down to work on my miniature kit. Today, I wanted to start tackling the wiring. That is definitely the part I was the most worried about. I was even thinking when I got it and realized everything was just completely separate pieces that maybe my husband could do that part. But I did it, and I'm so close to finishing. It takes a while to strip teeny tiny wires, like my husband has a wire stripper, but nothing small enough for these delicate wires, so I was doing it with sewing scissors. Got the technique down, so I was splicing together wires. I have worked with LEDs. If you've ever followed my blog, ages ago, like 7 years ago, I made a LED robot costume. Sebastian wore it in 2019 as well. They've both worn it as their 3-year-old costume. So I know how to use LEDs and positive and negative and circuits, but I've never used actual wire with the rubber around it. I've always sewn with conductive thread. So that was something new. And I also had to bend wires to make the metal part of the chandelier, and used a shrink tube that seals in the wires. I'm getting really close. I have everything in one piece as you saw, but I need to add the long wires that will go around the whole room. Add more shrink tube to attach those. And then I have a piece of metal that's gonna hold all of the arms of the chandelier together. And then I glue the lampshades on. And then glue it to the ceiling piece, I guess. Excuse me, I have hiccups I'm trying to ignore. I did realize that unfortunately the floor is not meant to be glued down. And I say unfortunately because it is very curved. That piece of wood came curved. And when it was drying from being painted, I did get it a lot flatter by sticking my giant flower vase in the middle. The middle was like really sticking up. But it still is kind of sticking up in 2 corners, and it doesn't look good sitting on the frame. So I really need to get it to flatten. That might mean painting it another coat, and when it is almost dry, covering it with wax paper and really flattening it under some heavy books. Hopefully that will work, because it needs to just sit there and you need to be able to take it off to change your batteries. I don't know, is there what the switch is? Is there an on-off switch? I don't want to have to take everything out of the room to turn it off and on, because that's how you get to it. I might have to just tape that sucker underneath. Like, the battery pack has a little spot built in, but you can only get to it through the top because it has a board underneath it. I might just have to have it loose underneath the piece and like tape it in, so you just go underneath or put it in the back. I'm gonna have to think on that one. The walls are still crooked, but a shim works well to make that corner shelf fit in, so not too stressed about it. But I do need to figure out the whole battery pack thing because I won't be able to attach the furniture with anything if I have to be able to take the floor off. Yeah, I worked on that up until about 9:07. They came up here and they've been getting changed. I just gave them their vitamins and allergy pills. Sebastian found Benny's scarf from our 2019 Christmas photos. I had made both boys and Benny that. 2019 was the year that our Benny Golden passed away in April, and Benny gave this to Sebastian at the vet when we were saying goodbye. This is Benny, and at first it took about a month for him to get to the point where he wanted anything to do with this, and then he was best friends with it. He went everywhere with us. He'd ride in my bag. At gym class he'd sit on the counter and watch. He's had to stay in ever since we started pandemic lockdown because I was worried about germs on him. He hasn't been out anywhere, but maybe he could ride in my bag sometime. They have a stuffed animal and a mask at the high school, and maybe Benny wants to meet him. But he sleeps in our bed every night with his other stuffed animal that he loves, so I just thought that was kind of cute. Benny has a little tag. I don't know if you can see it. He insisted that we go to the dog store and get Benny a real tag. But anyway, that was our day. It's gonna get really cold, and I think it's even there might be like minor snow. Whatever they had said was gonna happen, and they canceled. My husband was reading out loud that there is gonna be something that could affect the morning commute. So I don't think I'm gonna be walking anywhere. Maybe we'll drive over and pick up some more food. They give us too much. But we'll see what it is. I think it's pizza. I don't know if he wants pizza. And I think I'm just gonna be exercising inside. It was nice to not have to do an indoor jog. I think pushing the stroller is a winner. I hesitated to do that around the mall because I didn't want to go in an elevator, but I'm strong. I folded it up and carried it up the escalator, and that worked out fine, and that actually was a hard workout and helped me get my heart rate up for a fast walk around the top floor. The boys were thrilled that they were able to get some new clothes. I don't know if your kids get excited about that, but video game shirts are always a win, and Sebastian got one that's a dinosaur in space, so that's amazing. Nothing for me. Old Navy has weird clothes. They're short and wide, and they just don't fit me right. I don't have very much lately from them, but I always look. And yeah, that's it, guys. It feels like Friday. It's not. It's only Wednesday. Anyway, stay safe, and don't forget, wash your hands.